Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, March 11th, 2021, and you can find this Twin Z podcast anywhere you can find podcasts. You can also watch me play video games Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv /MarcusB814. Clearly, I can't speak. You can also find the both of us on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. In this week's episode, we're talking to the twins. No, they're not really the twins, but they're both friends of the pod. We've got Al and Joey on. So welcome back, both of you.
Wait, you can't introduce him as Joey this time, and every other time you talk about him, he's Fetta.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like, it's a fail.
Okay.
Let's start over.
It's my alter ego. Let's just let it be.
So we got Fetta, friend of the show, Joey Fetta, and friend of the show, Al. And they're both got slightly upgraded audio quality this time, which is always nice and appreciated.
Al is usually on like his sister's earbuds from the iPhone 4S using like a recording software that they canceled the app like 7 years ago that he had to like get a torrent from Bulgaria. So he sounds fantastic now. Wait, so
that was the most accurate description I've ever heard.
For sure.
All I can hear is jealousy in his voice. I don't know.
But is this the first time Al's been on the show since he's gotten his new PC?
I think so.
We're going to dive into that. So, gentlemen, thanks for coming back on the show. And what have you guys been up to for these last, I don't know,
however many weeks?
Yeah. And who's going first?
I'll yield to the other gentleman.
Whoa, gentleman and a scholar.
Well, thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. What have I been up to? Surviving the apocalypse, honestly. Sitting on a chair all day, trying to play some video games, working from home. So pretty much nothing interesting, nothing new.
Whoa. What have you been playing video games on?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be able to get a brand new PC and a PS5. So I've been able to keep my hands busy playing brand new stuff.
Can you? I think I mentioned it very briefly on one of our episodes, but can you run us through how you got the PS5? Because didn't you like win it or something, or like PlayStation reached out to you or something like that?
Yes. So,
you got it like right the first week they came out when they were.
Yeah, I got it. I did get it day one. After all the pre-orders started and obviously sold out immediately, PlayStation, I guess, was doing a promotion where they were sending emails to a select group of people the opportunity to be able to be one of the first people to pre-order the console. And I have 30-40 friends on PlayStation. I guess I was the only one who got that email. I signed up for it. It ended up being an hour and a half waiting room through the PlayStation servers. And long story short, I was able to pre-order mine 2 months before it actually released.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That is epic. You want to take us through the specs of your crazy PC?
Sure.
Show us what you got. So I think we talked about this before too. Al got the dopest of the dope, like pre-built PC. Was it from Asus?
Alienware.
Alienware, that's right.
So I've been actually talking with Marcus well before I ordered my PC.
Yeah.
Because obviously he knows a lot more than I do.
Right.
I don't know anything, for the record.
Okay.
What are you, Jon Snow over here? You know nothing.
Who's Jon Snow?
Oh my god.
Uh,
That's the guy
From Game of Thrones.
that gets his head chopped off in the first season.
Nope.
no, he
Oh.
doesn't.
Close.
No. No. Right. Family.
Excuse you.
Kinda.
Oh, right. That's a complicated answer. Anyways, back at the ranch. Al, please continue. Tell us about this PC. Show us
Well,
what you got.
initially I had a very smaller budget for it, but I've always had a dream to have one of the most powerful PCs in the market.
Yep.
So I'm rocking a 3090 RTX
Whoa.
video card.
Do you know if it's the Founders Edition?
No, it's not. It's actually a custom made to fit the Alienware case.
Oh. Wow.
Um, I'm rocking the i9 10900KF processor by Intel,
Jesus Christ.
128 gigabyte of RAM.
See, that right there is insanity.
that's more than my solid state drive was on my old laptop.
And
In
for
RAM.
space, I have 2 terabytes of SSD plus 2 terabyte of HDD.
Holy shit.
And how many STDs does he have?
Zero. Zero. I've been very careful so far with it.
Oh, we have a strict rule in this friend group: no stids, no kids, except for Marcus because he wanted the kids. But
Well,
Every time when I touch my PC, I'm wearing full PPE equipment.
you're fully latexed up.
Yeah, it's in a clean room, no dust.
So, I guess my question to you, Al, is after having, the gaming PC, do you enjoy the gaming PC more than the PlayStation?
Yes and no. Um, Obviously, I've been playing on PlayStation for almost all my life, pretty much. So it was weird switching to my PC, but with PC, I'm a lot more aware of how it's actually running. Like, I get anxiety if I don't check the temps of the PC. I get anxiety if I don't monitor the internals of it. So I'm a lot more aware of if there's an issue, I'll immediately take actions on it. Game wise, I do play, like right now, I play a lot of military sims. I do Tarkov, Squads, uh, what are the other ones? Hell Let Loose, Postscriptum, and obviously Microsoft Flight Simulator. So those games you can't play on console, and I'm fully appreciating how they run, how they interact, and all that fun jazz.
So, would you say that you're still mostly a console gamer?
No, I've actually, I want to say since January, I've been playing a lot more on PC than I'm playing on my PS5. What I've noticed is, aside from Call of Duty, I play mostly online stuff on PC if I don't own it on PlayStation, and a lot of the single player story driven games I do them on the TV and not on the PC.
What is your main game you play on the PC?
As I mentioned before, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm a huge aviation enthusiast. Been my whole life, so I turn that on almost every single day
Oh
and
wow,
do 4 or 5 hour flights. Um, Squad, I'm really enjoying Squad. Escape from Tarkov, I like the intensity of that game, and I play with my buddies in Bulgaria. Funny enough, Paladins, because they really like it, and I wanted to interact with them. So I play Paladins a couple of times a week for a couple of hours. Uh,
nice.
Other than that, I do have. I don't know if it's called a promotion or so, or calling them out, but I do have Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And for the listeners who don't know what Xbox Game Pass is, it's a subscription based program where you get access to, I believe for PC it's over 100 games. Some of them brand new games that came out to the market, they immediately just put them on Xbox Game Pass. Epic Game Store, they give us free games every weekend,
Right.
so I get those as well. So I've been fortunate to be able to play the games that I want to play, or most of them, for $5 a month or something like that.
Sweet. So Feta, what have you been up to?
Nothing as fun as that, man. Like, let's be honest. Um,
Well,
as
I know in the group chat you updated the Legion figures, which is pretty legit.
yeah, I do that. I postpone painting Legion figures all the time. I think about all the different ways I want to paint the tanks that Vern got me. So, I was lucky enough to months ago at this point get both of the heavy vehicle upgrades for the Galactic Republic as well as the Separatist factions.
Yep.
So they've been sitting primed on my desk since Christmas. So that's cool. If you got any ideas, just let them know, and they'll get me the information I need.
You should paint them like as if Sabine Wren painted them.
With,
That'd be cool.
Splatters all over.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But
I was
they are
also
before Sabine Wren, though. It's because
So?
yeah, but that doesn't matter. There are
It's a good point. This is Legion, not
Yeah,
we're not
or
trying to make
paint
stuff
them in
canon.
Bo-Katan colors.
honestly at the end of the day, I wanted to paint the droid tank like a B-52 bomber from World War II
with the
with the
teeth?
fucking
The
shark,
pinup.
everything, pin up on the side, shark teeth, like bullet bill type stuff.
Sounds awesome.
But then I realized I probably can't paint that, and I'll just get frustrated. So it'll just end up being like a darker color.
I mean, you could like tape it off and get
I
your lines
guess.
right.
I feel like with you saying that, it almost feels as if painting your Legion figures, it's like during the day you really want to. It's like playing that game that you really want to play, but like when it comes time to click play, you don't play it.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh
I
yeah,
mean?
you
It's-
just kind of
you
sit
like-
in the lobby,
you-
and you're
yeah.
like, man, I wish I was playing this game.
Yeah, and then but you won't click play. I have games like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
That's like I just downloaded Valheim. Like I was like, this is a good idea. And then every time I look at it, I'm like,
I don't feel like starting
Really?
this whole thing.
Wait a minute though. Dude. Okay. Valheim is fucking legit. Now it's not my type of game. I see in my middle old age, I've learned what my type of game is. And I know that Valheim isn't. But dude, that game is so awesome. It's so unbelievable. Like AIE has its own Discord. Yeah, you can server. And you can only have 10 people on the server at one time, which I heard they're going to be expanding that for the
yeah,
private
wait a
servers.
minute. That doesn't seem right. That seems like it sucks, but what? I mean,
No. It's meant to feel like it's a survival game. It's not meant to feel like it's an MMO. So what I'm saying is, dude, that game is unbelievable because it's almost got like that Breath of the Wild exploration in it. Because
Okay.
in order to like unlock the first boss, you have to like dig up rocks or something in these like 3 areas of the map and kill so many of these like gremlin things in order for the first boss to spawn.
Yeah,
And then once
you
the
gotta put like a deer on the thing. It's like nuts.
Yes, dude, but how fucking cool is that? And like, you can dig to the center of the earth if you have a tool that digs that deep.
Wow.
It's basically Minecraft. It's like Rust, Minecraft, and Breath of the Wild all mixed together.
That sounds cool.
You know how it's not now how the real reason why I won't play it? Because the weapons break. Stupidest mechanic ever. But I'm
Don't they
telling
do
you,
in
man,
every survival game though?
Yeah, pretty much. Marcus is just grumpy.
weapons break in general. Like,
no.
In real life,
Okay.
they do. Tools. You never broke a hammer handle.
Well, that's yes.
you ever run out of the sanding belt? Like, come on.
Well, yeah. Well, dude, the loudest sound you'll ever hear is when you try to put like a big like oak countertop through my giant fucking sander, and you don't check the dimension that the table is sitting at,
Oh boy.
and it's too tight, and those belts pop, it sounds like a fucking bomb goes off in the shop.
Boom.
And then it takes like 40 minutes to reset the belts. It sucks. But anyway, but Valheim is dope. So many of my friends are playing it, and they just are like, you start playing it on a Saturday morning, and you blink, and it's nighttime.
Yeah.
That's why I have the issue with it, you know? Like I don't have the time to just melt away the hours. You know, because I have no self-control. Zero self-control. If I open that thing up, dude, forget it. You
why
know, we're
can't
talking
you?
next week. Huh?
But why can't you?
I just started a new job, so now I have 3 jobs and I'm a full-time student.
Sounds like a lot of excuses.
I should just quit, right?
Okay. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna call your bullshit, okay?
All right.
Because I work an insane amount of hours.
He does. Marcus just got out of work. He got home at like 8:45 tonight.
Right. I had
So
dinner
did
with my
I.
kids. Yeah, well, I had dinner and I played with the kids and sprinted around my circle around my house for an hour. And I stream and I work fucking insane hours. So like I find time to game.
You make time.
You make time. But
That's why
either way,
Marcus is grumpy, because he sleeps 45 minutes a day.
no, dude, actually my day to catch up on sleep is Friday nights.
Yep.
Yeah, you are middle old.
I am middle old.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And well, dude, I go to bed. Okay, I get up at 6:30 every day.
Yeah.
Every single day, and I go to bed in between midnight and 1 a.m. every day.
Yeah, that's seizure inducing. You gotta fucking take care of that.
That's what I said.
But like, dude, like,
Yeah, but he's powered by G Fuel.
well,
Oh baby.
but what I'm trying to say is,
Currently sipping sour apple, and I have watermelon.
yeah.
There you
So
go.
Well-
Hashtag not a sponsor.
not a sponsor, but anyway,
Maybe someday.
but like me time is really important. So I start to be able to do stuff on me time at like 8:30 at night. And what happens is if I like do something and like let's say I finish gaming early and it's like 8:30 like 10:30 or 11 at night, I'll start watching Twitch and I'll start fucking around in some other game.
Yep.
Like last night I got sucked into a game. I'll get into that in a little while.
All right. Yeah.
Anyways, Fetta, what game have you been playing a lot of?
Honestly, the number one video game I've been playing is actually a racing simulator. So I am
Is
a
it dirt?
pretend.
No.
It's not dirt. I'm not that cool. So I actually have been getting into iRacing and this Italian sim called Assetto Corsa. That's what I've been doing in the pandemic. I've become a virtual race car driver.
Do you have the new Logitech wheel?
I have a Fanatec or Fanatic, however you'd like to pronounce it. I just
All
got it not too long ago.
He has a really legit setup. His pedals are like actually weighted and stuff.
Yeah, because the new Logitech wheel and pedals.
Yeah.
It's like $800, but that thing is legit, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine was only like 7.
But
Yeah.
still, dude, it's the same thing, right? Apples to
Yeah.
oranges.
Ul-
Apples to apples.
ultimately,
Yeah, are
this
you eating a
thing-
Granny Smith or are you eating a Gala? Like it's the same shit.
Yeah, no, you can still break a finger if you get your finger stuck in this thing while you hit a wall. So like,
It's got
Don't-
like realistic feedback,
Yeah.
which is cool.
yeah, the force feedback is a little ridiculous. I hurt my finger the other day, and I still have a bruise. And I am playing a goddamn video game.
It's
Well,
awesome.
So
Awesome.
for me, the reason why I don't have that is because I love the dirt games. Is I would go out and buy 3 32-inch 1080p 240 hertz monitors just to be surrounded by the monitors
By the
as I was
car.
playing the
Oh,
game.
that's exactly what I've got. They're not
got
32s. They're 27s.
They're all curved.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
it be easier at this point just to get a VR headset?
At this
Or are
point,
they
it'd be
not
easier to
compatible?
fucking buy a Ferrari. I can't figure it out with my potato of a computer. Al, you just got to bring your computer over here, and then we'll be able to do whatever we
Wait.
want.
Do you need a video card?
I do need a video card.
We should talk because I have one.
All right,
Um,
you got. I'll have my people contact your people.
Okay.
Basically,
Anyway.
Vern, you're gonna do something.
Yeah. Okay.
um.
Yeah, but you got to upgrade the rest of your
Oh yeah.
You can't have a hamster running on a wheel as your power supply.
Yeah, you can't.
I got a
Anyways.
Corsair 550. We're good.
Oh, that is not enough.
No,
That
I'll
is
get
not even
another one.
close.
All right,
And you also
like
can't
we
have
get-
an i3. Sorry, I'm
It's a
talking some
it's a
serious shit
Ryzen
here.
5.
Oh, it's even worse. Marcus just gagged.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a new one.
Yeah, you get just
I'll build it for you. Just come over
Do
here
it.
and I'll build it for
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
just give me
He
the
literally
price.
said 5 minutes ago he understands zero of computers, and now he offers to build you one.
His 0 is better than my -4. So
yeah.
All right, Nick, what have you been up to?
Well, as per usual, I've been playing some Call of Duty, so I have a little less to talk about, I suppose, because I'm going off of what I've been doing for a week now, the past couple of months, like these gentlemen. But Call of Duty, I hopped on. I don't remember what day it was, but me, Al. Whoa, that LED is bright. Holy crap! Marcus just turned on one of his streaming lights. How do you see the computers with that?
Oh, dude, they're all around me.
Oh my god. Anyways, you lit up like a porn studio. The bounce go, wow, wow. So anyways, I've been playing Call of Duty the other day, a couple days ago, maybe this weekend, I don't remember which day, but I hopped in a Discord with actually Joey's friend Yarden and his brother Tomer, I think, and Al jumped in. I don't know where the hell Joey was, working or something, but we were playing. How long did we go till in that Outbreak match?
I
Al?
believe
Was it like around like 7 or 8?
6, 7,
Somewhere in
like
there.
that.
Yeah. It was really far. I think I talked about this last episode, maybe.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. So we got really far. I pack-a-punched a legendary tier MP5 twice, and it was like barely doing anything to the zombies. And you like at that point, like you need a legendary weapon, like a ray gun or a ray K 47, and you need to pack-a-punch it like a couple times for it to actually do anything. It was craziness. Al, what did you think about that?
Well, first of all, you did steal my ray gun.
I
which
did.
I will
did
never
steal
forgive
Al's ray gun. I was like, I have a maxed out gun. Okay, so, Yarden and Tomer are brothers, and they like play this all the time. So they already had a Ray K 47 and a ray gun, and pack a punched it and stuff. And they were doing way better than Al and I, like in terms of equipment. And then they were like, "Oh, hey, a ray gun!" And Al and I kind of looked at each other and like raced for it. I just picked it up first. Granted, we died like 2 minutes after that, but still, the yes, I did steal your ray gun. Sorry, Al.
Yes.
But it didn't matter though, because we didn't have
even
enough
though
to
you
pack a
had
punch
it, you still died. So
Yeah,
give
that's what I
give
mean.
it to the more experienced people, please. For next, thank you.
was this the night the hamster in my computer died?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, okay, that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was honestly a blast.
No, I know Joey's not a big fan, but I really like Outbreak.
Yeah,
I only had one
it's different.
opportunity.
That's true.
I like that you're not constantly being chased by hordes of zombies.
Yeah.
Even though at some point you end up missing that aspect of the game,
right,
where you just want to unload a 150 bullet mag on zombies.
right, and just get like ding 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 ding,
Yep.
like you just hit the jackpot in a slot machine with all the
But
points.
it's a lot more
Strategic, sort of.
strategic. Yep, not strategic, but a lot more team based.
Yeah, and it's definitely punishing to die or get downed. I think more so than like a regular zombies match, because there's a limited number of points you can get per like world or map. So like normally in a zombies match, you're like, screw it's fine. I'll just make it up next round. It's not a big deal, and then you can kind of kite around a zombie at the end and go get your perks or whatever. But in this, like, if you don't have enough points to like upgrade your stuff from one world to the next, you can't kill anything in the next world. So if there's not like that, it's not a big deal grace period between rounds. You know what I mean? Like you got to make the most of every round and upgrade your guns, upgrade your perks, upgrade your armor, whatever it may be, and get stuff done, because there's a limited amount of points, because there's a finite number of zombies and bosses or whatever you want to call them, heavy zombies, to kill in each map. So that's kind of interesting. It's like a little bit more punishing, I found. Like as Al and I got downed or something, it was really tough to come back and just keep up. But anywho, also I started listening to the second book in the or I should say like other book in the High Republic era, if you will, Into the Dark.
Ooh, so good.
That's like the young adult book, I think.
Yeah, it's good though.
It's good. I'm probably like 3 or 4 chapters in. I'm not crazy long in.
So you're still in the slow phase where like they're just building.
Yeah, they just found like I thought it was the Nihil base where they talked about like it was all fire. No, it was like
no.
It's all plants and stuff, and there's droids tending the plants, and there's an old Zabrak gentleman taking care, who's like a caretaker or something. But I gotta dig into it. Also, the WandaVision finale, I watched it. I'm not bringing up any spoilers. Did you watch it yet?
Yep.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing. 2
Yeah.
days.
Wow, you just crushed it. See, I feel like it would be better to watch that like right in a row.
I have some like serious opinions on the show. I actually really liked the half an hour show.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Oh, let's hear it. What else you got?
I liked the show. I thought it was hilarious.
If you can keep it spoiler free, Joey. Now you've not seen it, correct?
No, sir.
Okay.
I know what happens to Vision, so
Well, either way.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah. I like the show. I liked the plot. I liked how it was just good. I laughed my balls off so much, and then it hooked me. Like the first 3 episodes, I laughed my ass off. Like, because it was just funny to me.
Yeah.
And then as the show progressed, it got really good.
A little more into like Marvel-y stuff.
Right. I
Yeah.
feel the one thing I'll say is I feel like it needed like 1 or 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Because it was like I feel like the last episode or the last 2 were rushed. Like it went from like, okay, things are starting to get crazy, and then just the next episode it was just bananas.
Yeah.
Where like I feel like there were some more answers to answer.
Yeah.
Like it should have been 10 episodes instead of 9.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
That's how I felt too. I thought like
But the finale was good.
yeah, I was hoping for more. Granted, like when they shot this, it was supposed to be Black Widow was supposed to come out. The Eternals was supposed to come out already, which is a show, I think, or movie, and one other movie that I'm forgetting, and I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. So, anyways, this is supposed to be like the last run in that phase, kind of, and like not be like the first introduction to this phase of stuff. So, in that sense, I've kind of got to give it a pass. But I was hoping for it to tie in more into like the larger Marvel universe than it ended up doing. Granted, it's going to shoehorn into stuff like it's basically, I feel like when WandaVision, Marvel's moving away from the Infinity Stones as like mystical power sources to like this witchcraft stuff and like the Darkhold book and things like that.
Well, they
as
have
being
to.
like power sources, you know.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because they have to, you know, like in the comic books, at some point the Iron Mans, the Captain Americas, the Incredible Hulk, all those need to move on, and you need to create the new Avengers.
Right.
So they are starting that. This is basically like Iron Man 1. Right. So they have
you have the doors cracked open.
Right. The doors cracked open, and they have to introduce these characters. And the Disney Plus show is a better way to introduce these characters, in my opinion, rather than in 1 hour and a half or 2 hour long movie. You get them over 9 episodes, and they're actually like, you actually get to know them and understand them, and how
you can take your time with it more because it's more screen time.
And what I liked is, see, I can't spoil it. All I'm saying is I think I know who the new Thanos is going to be.
Okay.
So can you say that the show is made to test the market?
Yes, no, absolutely. It's kind of like the High Republic, you know, and I feel like they're doing this 3 or 4 year campaign for the High Republic, and it's all going to be book form and comic books. They're going to find out what works over these next 3 years, like what books sell a lot, which audiobooks sell a lot. Are the comics popular? They're going to do, you know, like a Q&A and find out, like, did you like this character? Did you like this? And they're going to get reviews and all this. And then after 3 years, they're going to come out with a TV show for it and maybe an animated show for it.
Right.
And then by the time they're done doing all the small stuff, bam, they'll come out with a trilogy. Or in Marvel's case, they're going to come out with the next band of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that, see, and I'm sure it's in Scarlett Johansson's contract that it can't be streamed.
Yeah, it must be.
Right.
Or at least can't be only streamed.
Right, but I feel like that is a mistake on their part for not releasing that via streaming,
Right.
because by the time they release the
Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson's going to be like 45, and she'll be like at the tail end of her
Like hotness career.
Well, no, like her super. What do you mean, plastic surgery? She'll just get a ton of Botox and
Look
she'll
hot
get like
forever.
yeah, hot forever.
Yeah.
Well, she is like a perfect human being. Anyway,
That's Marcus's celebrity crush.
yeah, dude, for sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
so but my point is they're going to find out what works with all these TV shows.
Yeah.
Because like some people loved WandaVision, some people didn't. But what I liked is, like, honestly, my favorite character is Jimmy Woo.
I do too. I like
And he's the new Nick Fury, right? He's going to be the new Nick Fury.
It seems like it, yeah.
It seems like they're grooming him to be that.
Yeah, or at least be way more involved. You know
Well,
what I mean?
no, think about it. He has to, well, I don't say he has to be, but like Nick Fury is not Nick Fury anymore. He's going to go away with the rest of the Avengers. They're going to need somebody to assemble the supers.
Yeah.
It's going to be Jimmy Woo.
I hope so.
Who else would it be?
I don't know. Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson's still alive.
Right. Anyway, sorry, I went on my tangent.
But I enjoyed WandaVision. That's it for me. Marcus, what have you been up to? How you doing? How are things? How's the guildies and gaming and
All right.
streaming and all the things?
I did it. And remember I mentioned earlier in the podcast how I finished raiding or whatever at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and then I get sucked into something else?
Yep.
It happened. So I updated WoW.
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, yep.
Al, how's the vape?
It's
And-
amazing.
And
I
so
can hear you. I'm just fucking busting you. Please continue.
and
I'm so glad
the-
you said something. I'm sorry.
yeah. Anyway, so I downloaded WoW.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I started playing it. And I was like, and it's like kept telling me, "Oh, do you want to upgrade to Shadowlands, which is the new expansion?"
Yeah.
So I bought the expansion.
Oh my god, that you're gonna play 10 minutes of?
Well, no. So I boosted a tune so I could raid, because if I can raid in that game, that's all I give a shit about. I don't care about
Oh
the
my
story in
God.
that game. Yeah.
What, raid twice a year?
No, like
It's like, shut up!
once a
4
week.
times a year.
Well, this is what I do.
I know.
But
I can still bust you for it.
No, I love it. So, but here's where I'm a really cheap ass. I will not buy a subscription through their websites,
Okay.
them or Final Fantasy. I go to like these hack companies that give me buy this subscription. You get 60 days for $12. Purchase. You can steal my credit card information. I don't care. I'm not paying.
It's
I'm
a
not
50-50 shot you actually get it, or they just steal your info.
Right. Well, no, they're definitely stealing my info.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah,
I'm getting.
Do you trust the fraud protection on your credit card?
No, I don't. But I'm not paying full price. I don't want to pay $30 for 60 days. Why not pay 12?
Okay.
You know.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
he waves at the people spying on his cam every night for good night.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's awesome.
so I started playing WoW. Cool. In SOTOR, I'm still progging hard mode Duxon, Apex Vanguard. I feel like we raid 2 nights a week, and if we're not spending 2 nights trying to kill this one boss, it's a waste of time. Because I feel like by the end of the second night that we spent that one night on the boss, we're not making enough progress. Like, we need more reps on this boss in order to win.
Yeah.
So anyway, stream news. Thank you again to everybody who continues to support my channel, and it's really awesome to have you guys there, and you guys make it what it is. So April 25th, which is a Saturday night, that is my 1-year stream anniversary. What would
Whoa.
you call it?
Streamiversary sounds
Sure. So that's going to be. I'm working on the details, but it's a good chance it's going to be a 12-hour stream.
good. Whoa.
I'm working on that with the kids and how I'm going to do it, and maybe I just hang out and chat with Julia and whoever. I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking a 12-hour stream is incoming.
Yeah.
And lastly is in the last episode last week, I talked about how I'm building a streaming only PC. It's
Mhm.
just going to handle the stream. Well, the case came in and I'm ready to do the
The build.
build. So Fetta, if you want a new PC, go buy the parts. Anyways, in SOTOR news, guess what, everybody? There's no news because the game is broken.
Whoop.
That's
What?
all. Moving on.
Rip that guy.
Yep. Rip that guy.
Ooh, wait a minute.
In AIE news,
Guys, everyone pull up your calendar app on your phone. Do it right now while we're listening. I'm talking to you, Matt. Well, if you're driving the truck, pull over. Tomorrow night. You don't need the calendar for that. But tomorrow night, March 12th at 9 p.m., it's Mega. That's the monthly Epic Guild activity. What are we doing, Marcus?
so we will be doing guild PvP and Galactic Starfighter training. So I won't be conducting the training for the Galactic Starfighter. I will be crashing into asteroids because I cannot fly a ship for the life of me.
And puking because you get motion sickness?
Yeah, I'll start flipping in circles. That's why when Al says he does like a 4-hour flight on the flight sim, I'm like, how do you not puke?
Yeah. I don't.
It's not that hard to watch clouds go by.
Exactly.
But Al, do you play it on like natural mode or easy mode?
No, full realistic mode.
What?
Yeah, I was trying to be a pilot.
Okay. But doesn't he need never mind. Anyways,
What do I need?
Nothing. Just don't worry about it.
yeah, so
Papers, please.
yeah, you need a passport. You don't need a fake one that says your name is Steve.
I
need
have
one
a
that-
in
full
crayon.
legitimate documentations. I'm a United States citizen. For
that works for the KGB.
Yeah.
shut up.
Don't blow his cover.
Yeah, we can't. Scratch that off the podcast. Anyways, if all this sounds fun to you, go to
I love America. I love America. Go ahead.
if all this sounds fun to you,
Go to aie-org.com. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? aie-guild.org. I read it and my brain farted. Sorry. I blame the KGB.
It's because of the accent,
brainwashing.
isn't it?
Always blame
Isn't
the
it?
KGB.
Yeah.
It's because of the accent.
Listen, if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. Get the Discord information. It's in the top right of the website. There's a big old button. Get the Discord information. Ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars The Old Republic or any of the other games that we play, we would love to have you.
and Nick is already doing the dance.
Oh, yeah. I got to pee. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're discussing how video games have helped people, including us, get through the pandemic and the isolation.
Wouldn't
And
wouldn't it just be us talking about how we've coped through that?
Well, we could talk about society as a whole.
Society.
Yes, we'll get philosophical.
What does society mean?
We are in a society.
Oh, God. So anyways,
Birds aren't real.
The earth is flat.
How can
Oh God.
how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
Whoa.
Anyways, so I want to talk about so Joey and I, and we all have unique experiences of like increasing our video game usage and things like that because we're at home all the time, right? So, we can start with, you want to do some like personal anecdotes, if you will. I want to talk about this first. So I had COVID, as everyone knows, way back in April. Joey had COVID shortly thereafter, pretty much. Like
Days. Like we basically, the timeline worked out perfectly to where people would have thought we made out, and that's how we both got it.
But you did.
But
Marcus, shut up. I'm not that Greek. So, anyways, so while I was sick and just stuck in my room the whole time, I played a whole bunch of the Outer Worlds, and also watched, of course, all of Star Wars Rebels, all of the Clone Wars and most of Rebels. So that was pretty awesome too, to just be able to crush those animated shows. Marcus, don't snort the G Fuel. It
it
might
ain't
work.
even a stream night. Hang on, wait a minute.
I know. It actually might work if you do that, but we'll revisit that later. The
On next week's episode.
on next week's episode, Marcus snorts G Fuel. No, talking about the Outer Worlds. So playing video games helped me like pass the time while I was just like stuck waiting for my body to heal. So that was pretty valuable to me to have like a substantially more immersive experience than just like watching something. Yeah, I could actually feel like I was involved in doing something when I'm, in just sitting in a chair essentially. Joy, how about you? What'd you do when you were sick?
So when I was stricken down by the plague, I basically couldn't breathe. You know,
Yep.
like
Yep.
years of smoking, whatever you want to call it, as a
Hook-
nurse, bad
Hookah.
decisions. We're gonna go down that road at another time here. Ultimately, can't breathe from this fake virus, and the number one thing I could think of, I got to do yard work. So your boy bought Animal Crossing, and the amount of hours I sunk into that little game, Animal Crossing New Horizons, was
Yeah.
incredible. Because
Wow.
I was essentially stuck inside, and I was
Right.
stuck in the couch. So, I mean, as corny as it is to say, it was like not like going outside, but it felt like I was accomplishing something. I was building something of my own.
Yeah, like you're building a house, a homestead. You were like,
Exactly. You were constantly upgrading, and it felt like actual like you had to earn things in that game.
It's almost like Amazon. So Amazon was available and ready to service all of your pandemic needs on day one, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Animal Crossing was released at the perfect time. Lockdown started happening and Animal Crossing was there. I remember looking on Amazon, Animal Crossing, like the regular edition, was like $120.
Oh, it was
And
wild.
like, yeah, you couldn't find the game. And I didn't buy it, but I remember being in Walmart in Rhode Island and going, wow, there's an Animal Crossing on the shelf. And this is like a couple months into the pandemic. And I'm like, wow, there's an Animal Crossing on the shelf. That's
Yeah,
not going to last long.
it I
yeah.
believe it broke a lot of records. I think it ended up being the most sold Nintendo Wii,
Switch.
the
Switch.
Switch game, the most sold Switch game, surpassing Zelda and Mario. I'm not sure, but
Where's
just
our
because
podcast fact checker?
We
Hold
need a
on.
Jamie.
Well, I
Pull
can
that up.
Pull that shit up.
anyway. So the
I'll look it up now.
all right. So for me, it came out at the perfect time. People in AIE, they were playing it like crazy. They had to make their own channel because they were talking about it so much and like how to do this and how to do that. It's really wild to see something be so successful, and it's because
Of the current events. Current events.
correct. Yep.
You know?
And it's it's so wild to watch a game be so successful, and I'm completely happy for them because it was right place at right time. Simple as that.
Actually, one other game. So this data is as of December 31st of 2020. So it's like halfway through the pandemic. But that game came out in March of 2020.
December of 2020.
Yeah, it came out in March of 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So it's
month 8 of the pandemic, bud.
right. So, so anyways, one game has technically sold more copies for the Switch. Do you want to guess what it is?
Breath of the Wild.
No. Think of a game.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
I was going to say, it
Okay.
came with a lot of the Switches. So, like,
Yeah.
every Switch that had to be purchased, I'd say
Got it.
40% had Mario Kart.
Oh, I
That's
have
true.
Mario Kart, and I think I played it twice.
Right.
Dude, I
so,
played Mario Kart last night.
I love Mario Kart. For reference, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Switch version came out in April of 2017 and has sold 33.4 million copies. Animal Crossing has been out for like less than a year and sold 31.1 million copies. And actually, this data
That's
is
nothing to
only
shake a stick at, dude.
is only for 8 months. So
Yeah.
yeah, they sold a
it broke a lot of
preposterous
records.
amount of stuff. It sold more copies by a lot than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It sold 12 million copies more than Breath of the Wild. 12 and change more copies than Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mario Party, Pokemon Sword and Shield,
Animal Crossing.
Insanity for Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
The
but
hype
here's
behind it, too. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
here's
Al.
the thing. It's not only Animal Crossing. For last year, obviously we all know pandemic. Unless you've been living under a rock, all businesses went down on a downward spiral, except one industry, and that's the video game industry. Again, I don't have the numbers right now in front of me, but uh, and I'm sorry that I don't have my sources and I'm not citing, but I believe that the video game industry went up 60% last year compared to any other year in the past. And that's just because people were stuck at home. People had nothing to do. There was another study, again, psychology major over here, so I like to read those stuff, especially when it
Well,
affects to
let me just
social
so
effects.
I just want to actually I know this answer.
Yep.
So the video game industry contributed to 36% of the United States economy in 2020.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
insane.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No joke. Well, dude, people are home. Dude, people were buying PlayStation 4s. People were buying video games like crazy because that's all there was to do. And when you're like, I'll use Discord. If that's your only way to talk to another person, fuck, Nick didn't come to my house for months.
like almost a year, pretty much.
Like, but if it wasn't because of Discord or Zencaster or whatever,
Yeah,
like, we would have been in isolation.
right. It's
Right.
craziness.
And there was another study. Again, I apologize, I don't have the sources. But when the first stimulus check hits, when the first stimulus checks hit, they did a survey, and a huge majority of the people said that, yeah, with that money, I went ahead and I bought a video game system of some sorts,
Right.
whether it be, a console or a Switch or whatnot. Uh, so it had a huge impact, huge profits as well, and it's because A, people were stuck at home and had nothing to do, and B, because if someone is an extrovert, he is used to, or she is used to, of going out with friends every night, and now they're stuck at home, they need to interact with their friends in some one shape or form. And that's why, aside from Animal Crossing, another very successful game was Among Us,
That's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
even though it came out, I believe, 2018.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
See,
it
Among
it
Us is unique.
became
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, no, it became hugely successful last year just because people don't want just play games, they want to interact with other people.
Al, you're hitting the nail on the head on the point I wanted to make. That's exactly what I was going to say. Among Us was in a unique position because it's a simple game, right? You can play it on mobile or PC, but the game dynamic gives you a way to it like forces you to analyze human behavior, right? Through these little characters, you have to like try to figure out who is behaving normally and who is behaving abnormally, and like that forces a human like forces you to analyze behavior in a way that you're missing because everyone's isolated. You know what I mean? So you're looking at like the little movements of this character. You're listening at how people talk. You're super focused on the tone of voice in the voice chat. So like you're trying to determine who's lying and who's not. And that's some that type of human interaction is largely missing for folks when they're stuck isolated. So Among Us provides a simple game and it provides that extra layer of human interaction. I think does that sort of make sense from your psych centered perspective, Al?
Yeah, yeah, and last thing, or an additional thing that I noticed, take a game for example like GTA 5.
Uh huh.
I don't know if you guys know, I play GTA 5 all the time. I love that game. My closest friend, shout out to Joe. We're all the time in GTA 5, and we
Do
actually
you do the
have,
online?
yep,
All right.
we have a big group of people, like a make believe motorcycle club. So even though we've never met them, we meet up, and I noticed that when I go to
You mean to tell me this
GTA
guy?
5,
Hold on, hold on,
shut
hold on, hold on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
we gotta take a
We can't
pause.
we
When you say
can't just
virtual
rush by.
biker gang, we
no,
can't.
not a biker gang. We just, a lot of people like bikes in real life, so they can't pay attention. Not that they can't pay attention to their bikes, but
I really want you to try and convince us this isn't a virtual biker gang.
Yeah,
well, it's for fun.
So it's a virtual biker gang.
I mean, yeah, you can classify it as a virtual
What is
biker gang.
the name of your virtual motorcycle club?
I think we're just motorcycle club.
That's sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not playing Among Us, amigo.
That's a little sus.
Blue is sus.
Anyways,
Motorcycle club is sus.
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of people playing GTA 5 nowadays do it for the interaction with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go ahead and they show off their cars, they show off their garages, the in-game properties that they have. And I do notice that not only communication is a lot higher in those video games, but people willing to help other people and new people is also going on the rise.
See, in a game like GTA 5, that is striking to me because from what I see, I don't regularly play that game. From what I see from the outside looking in, is it's a lot of PvP. You know,
And it used to be, and that's exactly my point. It used to be, you get your 3 4 friends and you go do missions and you grind that money because you need that in-game money to buy additional stuff. But now that people are isolated, they can't go to the bar with their friends, they can't hang out. They use that in-game world for one, escaping reality for a couple of hours, and B, to actually catch up with their friends. So from a social perspective, video games have, in my opinion, hugely affected on how people of all ages, genders, etc., cope with the virus.
I agree. 100%.
Well, there's a reason why so many people the video game industry has blown up so much. It's because people are home. You know, I call, myself, I'll put it this way. I was home, and yeah, I have young kids and I'm home a lot, but because of the pandemic, I started to stream. And I'm almost at a year of streaming because it caught on and I just kept doing it, and it was fun because it was something to do socially. Because during this pandemic, we weren't hanging out. Like I wasn't over your house hanging out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was sitting at my house and I'm going to play video games anyway. So why not click the go live button and be social with people? For me, the I found why I love gaming so much. And I've really honed in what types of games I like, what really appeals to me. And I found that out through this pandemic, where before I would just play a little bit of everything. Now I know that like I was saying earlier, like the Valheim game, it can be amazing. It's not my style of game.
Yeah.
It's not going to appeal to me if I started to play it. Like I would buy it to support the devs, and then it would just sit on a rack because I'm not actually going to play it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would buy it just to support
Gaming.
gaming. I did that with so many games, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was the pandemic allowed me to stream, and it pushed me to find what games I actually like and what I enjoy playing, and that I can play a lot. But my experience with the pandemic is very different than everybody else's because I've been allowed to work since day one.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been able to go to my shop and work, or still, some customers, well, a lot of them postponed and canceled when this shit happened, and thank God I have a shop. But at the same time, there's still a lot of people that were like, just come in my house and just get my shit done.
Right.
And now so many people have been working from home and staring at their same kitchen that they have had for 10 years. And they call me and they're like, I have to do it. I haven't gone on vacation in a year, and I need my kitchen done.
Yeah.
Or
gotta
as an
upgrade the
example,
space.
there's somebody I know, he's he's a pretty big business owner, and he he told me about a week ago that his expense budget, like his entertainment, what he spent last year on entertainment, was an order to be delivered to his house because he was having one guy over around Christmas time
Yeah.
for a little bit of food spread, and then one other like food delivery of dinner. But other than that is nothing. And he was taking people out to dinner at least once or twice a week.
Like prior to the pandemic. Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell you, this I know who he's referring to. This gentleman is not taking people to Applebee's. So these 1 or 2 dinners a week are like you're going to top notch places and you're spending like several $100s each time. So long story short, he has this gentleman that who wants Marcus to build stuff for him has a large budget that he did not spend last year. So people have, if they are able to like keep their jobs and stuff through the pandemic, they have a lot more to spend on to upgrade their kitchens and stuff,
Right.
which has allowed you to work, you know.
And bringing it back to gaming, people have just enjoyed the socialization of a Discord chat and creating that and being around and like being social because you've been locked in your house.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
interesting.
it's evolving, but another aspect is, and I would love to hear Joey's opinion on it. It's, well, we already knew about it, but it's an escape, right? So shout out to Joey. In case you guys don't know, he's a nurse. So thank you for everything that you've been doing. But I'm sure that being a nurse, or in the medical fields, or uh, whatever essential employee you are, you've been exposed to extreme stressors throughout the year. So for me, for example, I'm not a essential employee. I do get stressed out all the time, and my happy place is aviation. So that's why I spend so much time in flight simulators in the clouds. But is it a escape for you, Joey?
I would absolutely say that that's why I've gotten into like the racing simulators, because not only like prior to this, it was never realistic for me to actually drive a race car, and that's something that you guys probably don't really know. That's something that's been a part of my life since I was young. I used to race on a circuit from ages 5 to 12. So I was actually like a race car driver when I was a kid. But
That's cool. I
the
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I used to race. They were like, if you've ever seen the dirt sprint cars,
Yeah.
but on asphalt. They
Oh.
were midget. I was a midget driver.
Oh, okay. See, I thought when you said you used to race, I thought you rode baloney ponies.
No, I mean that seemed, if for those of you who have met me in person, that seems very plausible.
Especially with the goatee now.
Yeah, with the goatee. Oh my
Dude,
God, I
like
drive
a-
the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
it's like a bullseye for
Dude,
the,
I'm like great
sausage.
value Robert Downey Jr. It's fucking bad.
Great value. Oh my God. RD Double J. Robert Downey Jr. Jr.
Oh God, it's so bad.
That's fantastic.
Ugh.
All right. So this is my final question for
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
When this is all over and the masks are burnt
Ugh.
and like everybody's just moved on, and because that day is coming, like we're closer to that day than we are to the beginning, right?
I would hope.
That's
Think so,
No,
yeah.
100%.
That's optimistic. That's
No, no.
optimistic.
Yeah, of course it is. Whether it's a year or 2 years before that,
Whatever.
we're not going there. But all I'm saying is, when this is over, do you think you will still be playing video games the same way you are? Or will you be like, fuck that, I'm going outside and I'm going for a hike?
Well, hold up, because you can go for a hike right now. Like you can
It-
go outside. The
Yeah,
plague
but
I
isn't
guess
in
mentally.
the air.
I guess
It is, but it's near people.
Well, we get that, Joey.
no, I know that, but what I'm saying, I guess,
Come on,
Or
man.
am I gonna
let me
throw
rephrase.
down the controller and do something in real life with other individuals? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Are you okay? So if you're I guess when this is over, or do you think you're going to be playing more video games, or do you think you're going to be surrounding yourself with real people more?
Okay, can
Al,
I
go ahead.
answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
At least well, I've been a gamer my whole life, so I did not start playing games when the pandemic started. I love playing video games,
Yeah, I can.
so I
I
don't
think you're my largest number of hours gaming friend for sure.
I don't think that the number of hours that I spend in video games is gonna go down. Obviously, I want to socialize with people as much as possible, but I don't think those two are gonna be correlated. I think that with the pandemic and after that when it passes, a lot more people are gonna realize that it's easy to socialize with people even though you can't go out. It's kind of like Zoom, right? If you had told someone 2 years ago that they'll be for work, for family, it doesn't matter, that they will be spending a lot of time talking with people, they can be
Virtually.
neighbors or international virtually,
Yeah.
they'd say, "No, I don't think so," because just the idea wasn't. Yeah, there was FaceTime and whatnot, but the idea wasn't planted that it's going to be an easily accessible option
Or a replacement.
or a replacement. Exactly, you
Right.
still interact with people, you're still socializing. Obviously, you can't physically interact with them, but and I think that it's the number may actually grow, especially for gamers playing games, because creators, developers, engineers are realizing that, or they're getting the idea of, okay, there was the need for this and we're creating it. What else can we create for the future? I think that the evolution period is gonna go on the fast track right now. Have you seen the movie Ready Player One?
You
I
mean
have
my
not.
favorite book on the? Oh my goodness, really?
I
I haven't either.
truly believe that that technology is gonna arrive a lot closer because of the pandemic.
Do you guys want spoilers? Because Ready Player One is by far my favorite science fiction, on top of beyond Star Wars.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You can spoil it. It's
I,
fine.
So
I'll listen to the Audible.
the Audible is fantastic. So Ready Player One was written by Ernest Cline. He's been one of my favorite authors to kind of come out because of the style of writing. It's a lot of retro pop culture, but in this sort of not post-apocalyptic, but definitely a dystopian future in Cleveland.
Yep.
Um, so it involves this virtual reality kind of global widespread environment called the Oasis. And basically, life on Earth was so absolute garbage that people used this virtual reality world to kind of escape. And that led to kind of this monopolization of equipment to access the Oasis. And it goes into like the typical, stereotypical dystopian plot
Uh huh.
nonsense.
Yeah.
But with what Al is saying, this whole era we've gone through with the change to virtual has opened a lot of doors. Because if you think about it, remote work, it was a thing. Like, let's say, like 8 years ago, having a home office was a big thing because you worked from home. Like, that was something that a lot of people were starting to do. And now it's very commonplace because of technologies like Zoom.
Very true. Yeah, it's way more prevalent. A lot of businesses
Yeah.
are realizing, hey, we don't have to have people
We
in these
don't
office
need
buildings.
to rent office buildings. What
Right.
about, like, aside from all the whole logistic that happens to that, what about individuals that are disabled?
Yeah, they like can't get there. It
They
opens.
can't get to work, but now they can work from home and produce the exact same product at the end of the day.
Right.
So
It's a great point. It
it
opens up a lot more employment options for folks. I feel like.
it just changed society as a whole into realizing the technology that we have in our pockets and on our desks, kind of how it can open that up. And this is all dependent. This is going to be a hot take because it's all dependent on internet access.
Right. Oh, right.
So that's a big thing because a lot of people do not have the luxury of internet access. We
Right.
take it for
Or
granted.
fast enough or wide enough broadband to do that
Flat
properly.
out internet access. Like
Well,
there
Yeah.
are people that do not have internet access in the United States, in Connecticut. Like there are people that do
All over
not
the
have
place.
access.
Yeah.
or you can have Kentucky internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what we're
Imagine if
talking
you were
about.
in the swamp, like you got nothing.
Right. It's a good point.
But I would
Alligator
almost
broadband.
Alligator broadband. But it also, that brings me to my point is when this is all over, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna play video games like Al was saying, but I'll tell you what, if it's an off stream night and a buddy of mine says, "Hey, want to go do this?" or "Do I want to stay home and play a video game?" I'm gonna say yes, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna want to be home as much as I am now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but for me, like we're going out. Like where we live, it's getting tame.
Yeah. I like the numbers are
Yeah,
literally
and
going down a lot. So
either way.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's person by person. Everyone has a different personality. People are extroverts, introverts, somewhere in the middle. My point being is that I believe that, as Nick said, a lot of doors are now open, so they're gonna come out with newer gadgets that are gonna keep us engaged and wanting us to play video games on a larger scale.
Oh yeah. So one thing I will say that has come out. So during this pandemic, there's been a company that has been working with Microsoft to create disabled controllers,
Oh yeah.
like
Mhm.
legit disabled controllers. And they're about to go live, and it's going to put controllers in the hands of people who are disabled for whatever their reasons or however it's happened. And some people may be able to play a video game for the first time in their life.
Right.
And these controllers are unbelievable, and it's about to revolutionize the world of gaming because people that have never been able to play because they couldn't hold a controller or whatever for whatever reason, they're about to be able to play games, and
That-
that's going to change the world.
That's
So,
huge.
Yep.
Yeah, and I watched about a company. Unfortunately, I forgot the name. They're actually building. Well, they build it as a prototype, and now they're uh, put on pre-orders. It's like a big mat that you step on, and that mat is full with small wheels. So it's like a treadmill. You put on a VR headset and those PlayStation guns or whatever you want to call them, and you're actually running on that treadmill, simulating you running in the game.
Yeah.
So you can jump on it, you can run 360 on it, and as if you're actually running in Call of Duty and whatnot. And
Right.
last thing I wanted to mention is, again, I don't know data, but another way that video games affected coping with uh, COVID is those video game exercise games. The
Oh,
you
Ring
know,
Fit and all that
yeah,
stuff.
I
Yeah.
almost
yeah.
bought Ring Fit the other
Huh.
day. It's funny that you bring this up.
How about
Now
that?
that the gyms that were closed, people still want to exercise, or else they'll end up extremely overweight like I am.
Now ballooned up.
I did balloon up, and probably if I had one of those in-house fitness games, or I don't know how you call them, I well, I wouldn't have a six pack, but at least I'll be slightly in better shape than I am now.
Yeah, but like, do you have stairs?
All right.
Yes, and again, I've been like it was a goal of mine, and luckily I've been doing what my goal was of. Uh, I'm a type of person where I refuse to go out until I get vaccinated. So I run those, or I go up and down the stairs for an hour every day.
there you
But
go.
having a video game that is gonna entice me to exercise, and I'm sure a lot of people have been doing. I don't know what the cell number are, but that would have affected positively of my quarantine or isolation period.
Right.
Okay, everybody. you need to listen to this. So today is episode 99.
Yep.
We will be going back to our 2-week schedule. So Thursday, March 25th, will be our 100th episode. We will not be live because every time we do a live show, it's just
We get way too distracted by
we're
the chat.
we're podcasters. If you want to watch me stream, come watch me stream.
We can't. We got to do one or the other. We
Yeah,
can't
one or
do
the
both.
other. So I am going to be setting up a Google Voice account, and it will be in our Discord with the link, so you can leave us a message if you want. And that I wish I had the time to set it up right this second, but I didn't. So
It'll be set up by the time you listen to this, probably, unless you listen to it when I release it in like.
right. Well, I
half
just
hour.
got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And if we figure it out before we publish the episode, we'll put it on and give you the phone number and the voicemail. We would love it if you leave us a voicemail and we will play it on the podcast. All right, I did it. I set up a Google Voice number, so if you would like to leave us a message for episode 100, the phone number is 413-351-2144. Again, that's 413-351-2144. If you could, don't be dirty.
We'd prefer not dirty stuff. You can also find the number in the description of episode 99 and the official Working Class Nerds Discord.
See you, everybody, for episode 100. 100 fucking episodes of this show. 3 years. It's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
Max and Seema are going to be coming on with us. They have been so influential for us with AIE and podcasting in general, and we haven't had them on in forever, and it's going to be a great time to just discuss the show. We're going to have some surprise guests, and it's going to be a really good time. So that's the next time we'll talk to you, and
Thank you for listening, and thank you to Al and Joy for coming on the show.
thanks, guys.
Thanks so much
Thank you for having us.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.